Welcome back. So we have stripped these men and women naked, and Olaf has joined the party. Alright, so let's see. Alright. Alright, okay. Why has this got a plus next to it? Oh, so he can learn the spell. Alright. But it costs 100 copper, so we're not going to do that. Right, okay, so we want Console Hut staff in. That does. Right, so I need to pay 100 copper to learn that, and then I can get rid of it. Otherwise, I can get rid of one of these. I'd rather get rid of that and put in the staff. So I need to learn that before I can get rid of it. Okay. Well, that's fair enough.
Sure.
Right, Swinner's down there. What's this? Yeah, let's go talk to the man at least.
Gods keep you.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking, we're not here to chat with foreigners. Careful, looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those two rowdies attacking me. Smells like it too. I saw you outside the mill, what was that about? Well, someone fancies themselves a middler, eh? What was that about? It's about Trumbull thinking he's king of the town and accounting he's got the mill to his name. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off their crops. That's what it's fucking about now, shove off. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. Oh, I bet he has all ability, that Trumbull. Two big, strong kids, pure soul and all Gillen Vale. Killard's sending out messengers to handle his business. Well, you can go and tell him we haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him, and we can't afford a good drink on account of him, but we won't be bullied by some foreigner on account of him. What if I buy you all around first? Fair enough, you bring us something to wet our throats, we might feel up to trading words. I guess this is keep.
Welcome.
I like to buy a round for the fine fellows over there. Fine fellows, you have me on. Any more fighting now, I'll have to ban Swayware from it entirely. Until then, it's 6 coppers apiece for the lot. If I can just get them to talk, I might be able to convince them to stop it. And I'll pay you. Here we go. I'll off you stay out of
Good day
this.
to you.
I bought the drinks. Hey, so you have. By the flame, never thought I'd be happy for mug of Blackhound's shit beer. Yeah. Right, so maybe tell more about what's going on. Like I said, the miller's in charge of the grain prices. He says they're fair, but I know for a fact the folks like offer pay half what we do. And maybe we've been going through being a bit rough with him, but what we're supposed to do, we can't keep paying, we're going to starve. Do you think Trumbo's going to be sorry with that when we do? There's no sense in threatening the Miller. You have him up against the wall. Maybe you could ask some of the other villagers for help. Swinner eyes you for a long moment, drinking deep from his mug. Then he says, "You're right. Things go on like they are, we're just going to end up hanging from that tree out there. Tell Trumbo we'll leave him be." Don't know what we'll do now with the crops failing. Haven't got another trade to speak of. Think Pascal needs a hand to round it in? Okay, we solved it.
Gods keep you.
Do you know anyone looking for work? Oh well, I wouldn't say I can speak from seniors, but we do have certain sorts coming through looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone on, I'll be happy to send them your way. Let me see what they've worked with. Oh, so I can just buy an adventurer to fill out my party. Right. Now let's go see the Miller. Right. That'll be my dog walker saying, "Are we back soon?" Yep, she'll be back in about 10 minutes. So, in 5 minutes I'll go get my doggy back. I'll have to go to the door and open up and let her, just let Drog in without, she's got the whole 2 meter rule stuff.
Good day, stranger.
I spoke to Swenner. I convinced him to leave your family in peace. Glad to help. I'm wondering, is there a way I could have learned more? I mean, I had that resolve check. But I didn't pass it. Yeah, how do I see my reputations on that? Yeah, that's a journal. Right, so he told me to go sleep. Right. How about a day? What's that? I'm probably still in no condition to take on that bear. Fish is some fatigued. Okay, right, shift will let it. Man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of fading sconces. He has gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve sloped with blood. He gives an anxious glance as you near. His features twisted with pain. Have a care if you mean to go in. The place is not as empty as I thought. Temple isn't what it used to be, probably for the best. Times being as they are. I'm not the tour if that's what you're thinking. Not one of the faithful either. I just want to do some good, I suppose. I've got my arm clawed up for it. Maybe I have better luck. What happened to you? I was trying to avoid the spiders, ran into a skulder. Might have had a little bit for me if the beast hadn't knocked right out of my arm. Good blade too, probably still lying in the dust. I'm not. Oh, I'm not, so that's alright. I will get your sword for you. That's kind of weird, there's no need. It wouldn't do me any good. You're welcome to it though if you find it. And more if you can help me get something important. With an arm like this, I could use your help. The ruins around us used to be a temple of Elephas, the scattered god. The grand temple at that. His worshippers come from all over Darewood, from Buceres even. Until the war, of course. Even then, you get some stubborn ones. Get to the point, really. As you like. Once the legacy started, come on. Find the remains of the people died and give them burial. Okay. I'll find them. I have to go get my dog, so I'll be back in a second. Ooh, sorry about that. I'll go about 5-10 minutes extra just to cover for that time I've been missing. And hopefully YouTube will let me edit it to remove that. Right, so.
Let's
Good, it started with me.
Let's go!
Woo!
Do it again!
Oh, hang on, what was that? Oh, right.
Into the fray!
Is it going to just keep... I'm not doing jack shit to these, am I? They are draining us fast, and we're not doing jack shit to them. Where's my quick saves? Ah, there it is. It's at the bottom instead of the top. What are you crying at, boy? Right.
Got it.
You stay there.
How may I help? Can't. Into the fray!
Okay.
Most inconvenient.
Okay. So this whole fucking thing about being maimed is doing a lot of fucking bad for me. I need to have my accuracy back. So I'm better off going to the inn first and then coming back down here.
Got it.
I mean, fatigued. Yeah, I'm going to get some rest and then we'll go back down there later. Are you going to stop crying, boy? Yes, you've seen Christy and she was playing with you and now she's not because she's went away to do the next doggy. So...
Good day to you.
Around, please. I can get more resolve. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken to find yourself in front of Gildevil's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inwards like a molten fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she's mere inches from your face. Suddenly her head snaps up and her eyes open. They're empty and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts and with a gust of rancid air she speaks the word, "Watcher." You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman, you remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her Animancer. Though it fills you with new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she's truly dead. Watcher. Someone who can see manipulate souls, as far as I remember. Ugh. And you have an awakened soul, and Alof does too. There was no suitable Orlin pictures that suit the character's picture I have. Right, Alof, I'm just going to talk to a dead woman, don't worry. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman tangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her burnous. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like a moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her. Her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there's a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Reach out. You take a deep breath, clear your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hangwoman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new and familiar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down into some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hangwoman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in milky fog. Her body is still swaying in the wind, but you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does, as she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
I think I survived a beerwick. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
Okay, you said I need to understand something that happened to me. She nods and look at pity in her face as though consoling her child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies, see memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder.
What did you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Cadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I'd like to know more about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping choked cackle escaping between the rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself. Oh, by the way, I normally go through all the text, but earlier it was just so I could get my dog out to the dog walker.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Nothing wrong?
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord, she is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
I just got the fuck out as soon as he started asking questions. What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us, the best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I loved the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will
Oh.
leave them behind, I
He's
fear.
gone up there. Farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Alof looks at you through Alan's eyes. Are you alright? You seem lost just now. I'm a watcher. He arched eyebrows recede into his hood. Well, that is interesting. He gives you a sly grin, and I expect this has something to do with the hooded figures in the ruins. In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're travelling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare and they seem to have a unique insights into certain soul conditions, as you just demonstrated. Let's go. Well, I just gained Crucible of the Soul. What the fuck that is? Crucible of the Soul. Area effect, 4 AoE, 11.5 burn damage endurance. No, it drains 11.5 burn damage as endurance. Right, so it burns them and gains me endurance. Right.
$17.5.
The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthly and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-coloured hair leaning against the mossy rock wall. His pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17.5. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
Sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what you people do for fun around here? I'm not having Alof talk to Edda. It's the same voice actor.
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19.
But there.
Don't
Okay.
think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in your dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
Well, I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Talk about your lord. Well, do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Let's not use that word round here. There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
None taken. Good. They don't mean it personal when they hang folks here. I have to remind myself.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Why was he hanged? Got involved. Rudrick sent men down here the other day, said they had it in good authority someone in town was working in Kolsk, plotting Rudrick's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swiffen, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Rudrick, then for protecting me. The war? Saints' War, only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's 11 incarnation at Aophis, overthrows Raid Ceres, marches on Deerwood, so we give him a Deerwood and hello. What's a Deerwood and hello?
We blew him up.
He smells at this, but the smell is one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. Who's Elvis? God of Rebirth and Redemption, formerly anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. Other questions? What does your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the Legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me.
Well, they just hanged him.
Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course,
Yes.
the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
You can see why I was eager to leave. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. If you're next to be hanged, why are you still here? Drinking mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Wydwin's legacy started with Wydwin. We can travel together. I am going to some place called Cadnur. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
That's a fine reason if I've ever heard one.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
He tilts his head forward and gives you a pointed look. Let's get going. Right, so everybody can level up. Okay, so again, war and athletics. So I can now get Flames of Devotion, a full attack, accuracy versus deflection, 50% burst damage is burn, 20 plus 20 accuracy, or that gives damage reduction and converts hits to grazes. That's a defensive order. I'm going for a support tank role, so I'll pick up Flames of Devotion at some point. Sounds good, but I like the Zealous Endurance. Right, so there, Alof. I'll put up his mechanics, so we've got a mechanics expert just now. Binding web. Combusting wounds. Cost of Black and Sight. Black and Sight, yes, that sounds good. Fuse of Vital Essence. That makes people tankier. Necrotic Lance, Ray of Fire. What was that one? Curse of Black and Sight. Blind people. It's for foes only. Yes, that sounds good. And Adair. Well, I don't have anybody for survival right now, so Adair, you can fulfill that role of survival. Oh, hang on. Also, the higher survival gives you better things at your camp, okay? Alright, so more Rockdown, Rapid Recovery, Acolyte's Radiance, again, Gallant Focus, I'm getting on knockdown. Well, that'll do. Oh, hang on, he leveled up again. Right, Defender. Confident Aim. Accuracy. That's a passive. Or Guardian Stance. I like the passive because you never have to use it, it's just always on. So he's got 20% of grazes converted to hits. Plus 20% minimum damage. Okay, that sounds good to me. Okay, so now he's got more endurance and health than me. Okay. So, let's see this. Yay!
Huh?
Yeah, so I want me here. So. There we go. So that means Aleph is at the back. Right, okay, so that'll do it for this episode.